What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Young Philip, and I'm back with another video for y'all today. And before we get started with today's video, make sure y'all click the like button down below, give it a thumbs up. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button, click that bell so y'all can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Today's video is going to be simply titled The Boondocks Season 2 Episode 3 Review. So without further ado, let's begin. The name of this episode is simply titled Thank You for Not Snitching. The episode started off with Rummy and Ed Wants III committing robberies and shit, home invasions, pretty much. It was one house in the neighborhood of Woodcrest that got robbed, and it was the third one that week. And the police tried to go talk to Granddad, and he's like, I don't know nothing, I didn't see nothing, cheers. And Huey gives us a retrospective about snitching in a black community, where you go to one black house, a guy's like, I ain't see nothing. A girl's like, hell no. And another guy's like, man, fuck your mama. And the black community is behind the strong force of the Stop Snitching movement. And then there was a case where a guy had got popped at a basketball game. There were a lot of witnesses, but they left a little note saying that we didn't see anything. And there's pretty much an informant at your barbecues, parties, barbecue, and then there's weddings, and then there's the neighborhood watch in the community, and Uncle Ruckus with his bullshit with Riley. And then he's like, you robbing a white bro, And then he's like, nigga, I was in bed. That was Riley. And he's like, you need a special permit for a bike to have wheels that spin and don't stop. And then Tom suggests that they can try to get Granddad to volunteer for the neighborhood watch. And then Miss Vonhausen and Uncle Ruckus take matters into their own hands. They do it themselves, but Granddad's still not interested. And she's like, things were stolen, Mr. Freeman. And he was like, tough titty. And then he's like, I ain't no damn telltale. And Riley's like, you tell him, Granddad. And then he go on about his business. And Riley riding on his bike. He like, stop snitching. Later on that night, Granddad returns home while Riley is either cleaning his bike or doing whatever to his bike. And then Ed and Rummy about to pull off another home invasion. But before they can even do it, Miss Vonhausen had these night vision goggles. And she started blasting the shotty bang. I was like, yo, that woman is crazy, crazy, yo. And then Ed and Rummy spot Riley in the garage. And then they end up spotting Granddad's car, who he calls Dorothy. And that's the same car that was pimped out by Exhibit in that episode from the first season. And Riley was like, yo, I know y'all ain't jacking Dorothy. And then they took the car. And then Granddad was like, oh, my car, my garage. And Miss Vonhausen was like, he saw it. He saw everything. And of course, Granddad wanted to know who stole his car, but Riley wasn't saying jack. And it's like, Riley, Granddad is not the cops, bro. Just tell him who did it, motherfucker. But he didn't want to do it. Because he got a rep to protect. Bruh, you are 8 years old. You're 8 years old. You don't have a damn reputation. But being a dumbass is one of them. That's the only rep you got, is being a dumbass. Then Huey talk about how rappers talk about no snitching, and they snitch on themselves. Take the case of Gangstalicious. In 2000, he had assaulted a record executive producer with a tennis racket and a bottle of Hennessy on the set of a music video. And Gangstalicious had talked about it on MTV's TRL the next day, which got him arrested. I swear that part was hilarious as hell. And then at the neighborhood watch meeting, Tom was like, they're gonna talk. I'm sure Riley is going to talk. And then he was like, Miss Von Hausen, do you even have a license to have a gun? He said, maybe I don't. Now come pry it from my hands, little boy. And I'll never forget, they did the interrogation scene, which was based from, this was from Menace to Society. They even had the guy that played the detective in that movie to reprise that role again. He's like, he placed the gun down on the table like he did in the movie and the tape recorder. He's like, listen here, you little bitch. I'm gonna ask you some real questions, and I want some simplified answers. And then Granddad was like, I pulled in at 9:15. And then he's like, I thought you pulled in at 8:15. Yeah, it was 8. He said, now you see, no, you didn't fucked up right. He's like, no, I said it was, no, you didn't fucked up right. And Riley, he wasn't giving up no answers. He just wanted to talk about that goddamn bike with the spinners. And then bro was like, somebody get me out of here before I shoot this fucking kid. And then not a whole lot of people come to the police for anything. Take the case of Bernard Jefferson, who helped the police shut down a local crack house. And when he did that, pretty much some guys rolled up and was like, hey, Bernard, you snitch ass motherfucker. And then they popped him. He lived, but when he refused to identify the guys who shot him, he spent a month in jail. Wow. And then, if Tom tells Huey, like, if Granddad or Riley, if Riley don't say nothing, both of them can be charged. And then Huey was like, what the hell is wrong with you, Riley? This ain't a movie. He's like, I can't snitch. And then Jasmine comes in there acting weird. She talking about something. Are you talking about who's doing the break-ins? If you know, you could tell me. I won't tell anybody. And then Huey was like, Jasmine, are you wearing a wire? And then the moment he said that, she's like, cold blue, cold blue. And then they go to the closet. Tom is in there. I was like, oh no. And then Ed and Rummy tried to pull off another break in the interim. But the house that they ended up going to was Granddad's. And Ed got popped with the shotty bang by Granddad. And it turns out they were seeing if the Ed Wensler home security systems were working inside of homes. And Granddad had got one. And Granddad got his car back, and they were free off the loose. They were pretty much, they got free slap on the wrist, and Granddad was like, they did it. And then Ed Wensler the third was like, what the fuck y'all looking at? And then at the end of the episode, Riley's bike was stolen by Ed Wensler the third and Rummy. And then Granddad was like, where's your bike? Ah! Hope you got some insurance on those spinners. He's like, thank you. They was like, thank you for not snitching, you stupid motherfucker. Anyway, that's the end of the episode. Drop your favorite part or scene from that episode in the comment section down below. But I would like to say thank y'all for tuning in to today's video. Make sure y'all click the like button down below. Give it thumbs up. Make sure y'all click the subscribe button. Click the bell so y'all can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Don't forget to add me on social media at YoungPhilip_00. Instagram, Snapchat, Ryan361005, and TikTok at YoungPhilip00. With that being said, I am out.